pretty sure she has an egg stuck in her, or worse, an egg broken inside her. When she pooped earlier, it literally looked like scrambled eggs. Raw scrambled eggs. I've looked up what to do, and it doesn't seem like a very easy thing. Somebody said, soak her in Epsom salt water for 15 minutes and stuff like that. I haven't seen her straining like she needs to lay an egg. So I'm going to watch her this morning, and hopefully she lays one. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do something. I have read that chickens like her can get egg-bound once in a while. So here's the Zen garden redone. I added in a couple of amazing flowers. And some of this had been here before, but I wanted to add some new color to it. So Michael helped me remove the weed block that was covering this, and then I've taken this bark and put it in here. But this is what was in there where that yellow and blue flower is. All in that area was this wood. It's just basically falling apart. That's how long it's been in the ground. So, yeah, there's a lot more in there, but I didn't want to dig. In order to get it all out, I'd have to kill everything. So I'm just doing it in chunks. I had a bunch of hummingbirds at the bee balm earlier, and it needs some help. I need to actually trim this down and get some new growth coming in, but they drink right out of these pieces here. It's pretty cool to see them. Got myself a job watering plants. This is actually very therapeutic. It's a lot like gardening at my house. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, but you can think about other things. You can think about nothing. Right now, I am watering the deciduous trees. And what I've been instructed to do here is water each pot thoroughly, pretty much twice. And right now, the temperature, not right this moment, but this week, is over 100 degrees. So, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I've been concerned about my chickens and making sure that they stay cool. And I've done a pretty good job. I dunked them in water a couple times, and they didn't really need that, I think. I think that's going to be more like, they're in dire straits, and I need to, dunk them in water so that they don't die. I more or less just ticked them off. It's like, what are you doing to me? So I decided, because I haven't been working for a while, and I've been looking for something that I can do that's part-time and that I enjoy. I came into the nursery here a couple weeks ago to buy some plants. And I mentioned, hey, some of your plants are dying. Just let them know. And the guy's like, yeah, I know. We can't find anybody who will come and work. Because, 2020 happened, and I wanted to do something that I enjoy and, maybe get a little pay for it. So he told me that, and we can't keep anybody here. We can't get someone who will stay and water all of the trees and the plants and water them properly. So there are a bunch of items in here, plants that haven't made it because, the person just goes shh and they're done. That's not done. You literally need to water your plants, especially when they're in buckets like this, all the way through. And not just when it comes out the bottom. There are some that I watered that, you count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and water came out the bottom, instantly. And what that tells me, is that the plant is very, very dry. It's so dry that the water just goes right through it like it's not even there. So I am making sure that each plant is watered thoroughly the way they want and the way I would water my own plants. And a moment ago I was watering and a hummingbird showed up hovering around the water coming out of the hose. I was like, that's pretty cool. So I'm enjoying that kind of nature too. It's like, oh wow, a hummingbird shows up and he's like, hey, what are you doing? So that's what I'm doing right now. It's actually pretty fun. You see all those dead leaves, ones that are falling into the buckets and on the ground. That's because someone's not watering these plants thoroughly. Now, granted, it's hard to get back in here, but that's really not an excuse. This is nice though because I'm in the shade. So it's going to be blazing hot again today. But I'm over here in the shade. Oh, I need to move this pot. You see how it's leaning? Thank goodness this water is well water. Can you imagine if you had to pay for all this water? Oh my gosh. You couldn't have a nursery if you weren't on a well or had some other form of, you couldn't be on city water. Let's put it that way. It's going to be 102 today. I had to take Spitfire inside to do a, vinegar water douche, I guess is the best way I can describe it, to try and get what I appear is like an egg has opened up inside of her, and so she keeps pooping out, egg white and yolk. So we did that, and then she just pooped the water out. But she has been eating. I gave her yogurt with some beets cut up in it. She ate that. She doesn't want any of the regular chicken feed, though. But at least she's eaten something, and it had yogurt on it, so there's some probiotics, which there's also probiotics in the water. So she kind of has a double whammy going on. Like super hot heat. That sounds kind of redundant. Hot heat. Super hot weather. And not able to lay an egg. And possibly having one stuck inside her. Or I can't find one stuck inside her. So I don't know. I'm just watching her. This fan is really helping. I don't have it on very high. And it's really kind of just blowing around warm air, but it's amazing how, movement like that can help. Yeah, it sounds like someone's going to mow their lawn. And that mister is really helping. I can feel it. I'm over here, across the other side of the kennel. Occasionally the draft will change and it'll come over here. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. That is helping. Now, I wouldn't normally give them this much, but Spitfire is not eating. She will eat this though. So we have a chunk of frozen peas there. Some zucchini that has been coated with a little bit of plain yogurt. Some frozen strawberries and a little bit of watermelon. So this is my attempt to get them cooled off. Whatever they don't eat today, I am going to put back probably in the freezer and bring it out tomorrow because they shouldn't eat all this. Look what we installed. Okay, Michael installed it. All right, it's 102 degrees. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm taking out a bag of ice to put inside the cooler that blows cold air on the chickens. And Michael went ahead and did the first batch while I was off doing something else. And now I am bringing out the next batch of ice. And I'm hoping my chickens are all okay. Yeah, they're all panting. And they're lying down. This thing's kind of heavy. 10 pounds of ice. Yeah. Let's see if it's still cold.